Hi Sagittarius, how are you? I'm so happy to see you. Hey, I want to share something really special with you. A few nights ago, I was down on my prayer spot on my knees talking to God, asking Jehovah to bring me solutions to my worldly problems, and I felt so connected. Got up, I brushed my teeth, I was getting ready to slide into bed, and then all of a sudden I had this message to open my Bible. And if you know anything about me, I am obedient. So I did it as I was told. And the first thing that I opened to, the first things that my eyes that could see actually saw was Jonah 2, Jonah's prayer. And I felt so heard, so validated, so loved, so seen, so protected. And so I'm going to ask Jehovah today to do this for Sagittarius energy. And we're going to see what my eyes see first to explain to you. We're going to pull some cards on it, and then we're going to send you on your merry way because I want you to have a wonderful day. Let's get started. Jehovah here for Sagittarius energy, please, and our beautiful love letter, the secret decoder of all my favorite numbers, because they're all my favorite, not just one here, this here. Jeremiah 31 is where we are going to start here. At that time, declares the Lord, I will be the God of all the clans of Israel, and they will be my people. This is what the Lord says. The people who survive the sword will find favor in the desert. I will come to give rest to Israel. The Lord appeared to us in the past, saying, I have loved you with an everlasting love. I have drawn you with loving kindness. I will build you up again, and you will be rebuilt, O Virgin Israel. Again, you will take up your tambourines and go out to dance with the joyful. Again, you will plant vineyards on the hills of Samaria. The farmers will plant them and enjoy their fruit. There will be a day when watchmen cry out on the hills of Ephraim, come, let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. And that's where I'm going to stop. So I love this so much. Let's talk about this. So 31 is here. And right away, as I'm thinking about that, I'm like, okay, that's 3 cycles of 3 cycles of 10, I should say, plus that one more. So no matter what you're going through, there's always the potential for one more step, one more movement, one more perspective. And then Israel, honey, is you. You are real. Your heart is real. We have the difference of Jerusalem and Judah because of our spirit versus our flesh. The God's energy versus the devil's energy. And as all of you, the nations inside of you, your kings and queens, the whole sum of your area is there to be restored, to be born anew, to be able to set you on that right path, to give you these proper self-behaviors instead of these self-harm behaviors that he's absolutely removing from you. Surviving the sword, I mean, there's heartbreak there. I can't help but see that 3 of hearts. Ugh, excuse me, 3 of hearts. 3 of swords. And that one heart in the card, you know what I mean? And it's time to just forgive. It's time to forgive those extra up to 3 traumas that you had, 3 cycles. It's right there. However, 31 also is going to add back up to that sum area of 4. And 4, honey, is this emperor energy. And if the emperor is there, it belongs to the 3. So that means that that empress is inside. And if our empress energy on the inside is dysfunctional, then our emperor energy on the outside is dysfunctional. And this is where this perspective here is just beginning. Your empress energy has been restored. I mean, we see that Israel is here. And as this empress energy is calling this emperor energy to come back throughout the middle pillar there, the star, to meet that sun and with the moon, we're going to see that this potential is just starting. And that potential has so much room. I mean, there's 13 more steps there in order to make the 14 to bring that king in, right? For that emperor energy to be restored. 31 is just 13 backwards. But it's still 4. So we have the inside view of Adam to Eve, but we also can see the outside view of Adam from Eve. So it's this opportunity to open up yourself and your channels. 13 here is also going to bring us that death card. So now we've seen the 3 of swords. Now we've seen that death, and it's just time to completely allow Yeshua to come on in and restore your Israel, your sacred heart chakra, your temple, the soul's nucleus itself. I love this so much too, because he's bringing up cycle patterns for me, and we have three frequencies that we completely operate off of, right? Our soul, our mind, and our body. This is each pillar here. And our body is going to be that feminine pillar. Our mind is going to be that mental pillar, but each of these pillars have to have both polarities. They both have to have the atom and the electron, the Adam and the Eve. But then our middle pillar is that soul. And our soul cycle refreshes every 23 days. Well, 23 is going to be in that 31, ain't it? So that's going to be, what, 8 away? Where's your strength, sweetheart? That's all he wants to give you inside your Israel, inside of your perspective here. Our mind's intellectual cycle is going to be 33 days. And you're 2 away from that. This magician energy to be able to manifest anything that you want, or in order to manipulate your own mindset. And we already saw that 3 of Swords. That's all internal action throughout our feminine emotions. And so what he's calling upon you in your some area, you know, some of all area of your kings and your queens, the nations inside of you, what he's calling upon you is the opportunity to move forward, to clear you out as the beautiful carpenter that he is, to draw you with that loving kindness, to be kind to yourself, to recognize I'm not working with myself. My middle pillar has to be on the same frequency, so I can no longer make heart over head decisions. I can no longer make head over heart decisions. I must make decisions that are head and heart. And as this happens, our mind is going to work with our body cycle of 28 days, just as a woman who has our period. And 28 is also going to be right here, and that's 3 away. So we have the opportunity to continue relying on our 3 here to give us the Holy Trinity of 3, 6, and 9 there. It's absolutely so beautiful. The whole sum of your area is really becoming to move together for you, sweetheart, in order to gain everything that life has to offer you, because these feminine cycles all start off of 3, 6, and 9. And Yeshua has been there from the very beginning. He will always be there for you. And I love this so much because in our area, once our whole entire area has been restored, it's like a big 2-for-1 deal he loves to bring out, and I continue to bring it. But we have 2-for-1 deals at all points. We just have to take acceptance and acknowledge them. And as this 2-for-1 deal comes in, once we accept Yeshua, we also accept Jehovah. And so it's like protection, it's faith insurance, in order to understand, you know what, I have everything behind me, I have everything in me that's going to set me on the right path for me to restore the nations inside of me and to be this holy place that he wants me to be. He's making me to be. You know, we saw that 3 of Swords. Well, what comes next? That 3 of Cups. And again, you will take up your tambourines and go out to dance with the joyful, this 3 of Cups, this celebration, because you were then able to marry yourself. And 3 of Cups is going to be 3 of Threes, and we have 3 of Twos, the Swords right behind us. 3 of Threes is still right here. Lord, let's start pulling some cards here. I'm very curious. I love this so much, Sag, because he's just showing you that you have all this potential, and he can only give it to you if you're willing to work with him, if you're willing to move past what has hurt you, if you're willing to forgive every single owie and big boo-boo in your heart, if you're willing to celebrate over your successes, the lessons that are also blessings, if you're willing to open up your third eye here, you know, look at that there, third eye, and be able to see everything that God's offered you, the duality of knowing good and bad, light and dark, yes and no, honey. And the dark is only there to bring glory to the light. Okay? All right, Father. Sagittarius energy in this, Lord. Whoa. Well, look at that. 2 of Cups there. Well, I love that because that's 2 of Threes, and we've been talking about that. In between our multiplication here, we're going to have 6, which is that lover's decision, that opening up of our some area within our masculine and our feminine energies, the Empress and the Emperor. So that's now been confirmed. Thank you so much, Lord. I also am seeing Lionsgate portal energy that has been there to restore your faith, restore your ascension, to restore the sum of your area. Now, if we take this addition, though, we're going to have 2 of Threes. That's still going to be 5 of Cups. And so that Three of Swords is being confirmed with that Five of Cups, that heartbreak is absolutely there. And it could be from a spouse, it could be from an ex, it could be from a family member, it could be from anyone that you loved more than they loved you, because you were willing to love that much. And this is why God's saying, look, I want to restore you back, because I saw your intention. I saw what it was that you were putting yourself out there for. I see your true potential. And now he wants you to see it, honey. And your potential will never be greater than what it is just sitting there waiting to move and act upon it. When you act upon this negative polarities with your potential, honey, you're only going to continue attracting negative polarities into your Samaria. Okay, what else is here? Ace of Cups and that Devil card. Yeah, look at the devil broke your heart, honey. The devil's intentions broke your heart, and he used them and their vessel to do so. And God's saying, I need to restore you and your arc. I need to load you 2 by 2 in the right properties so your 2 by 3 could take over. We saw that Ace of Cups. Now we see that 2 of Cups, but we also saw that 3 of Cups. So I see 1, 2, 3 in the ascension of your Samaria. But we're also seeing that 3 of Twos, that 3 of Swords. So that means that Ace of Swords must have been there first. That 2 of Swords must have been there first to restore you back to the numbers, back to your ace, to kick this dude out and his selfish behaviors for selfish sensual gain. There's also this opportunity to look, I need to restore my heart so my heart overflows into my own body before I can offer it to someone else here. You need to be putting up boundaries between this person and your Samaria, Sag. You need to stop allowing them to use your emotional expense for their own selfish sensual gain. Okay, what else is here? I love this so much, because if we add those together, honey, that's still 3 of Cups. Whoa. Well, not those, but he wants this one for sure. Let's see. Look at that 9 of Pentacles. I love that so much. Oh my gosh, 9 right there as well. We talked about that 9. We talked about allowing Yeshua to come on in and be the ultimate judge and lawyer, and everything that you're clearing out and accepted and being forgiven upon must be taken up through legal assembly. So, but now we have 9 of Fours, and 9 of Fours, honey, is going to bring us that 36. And so he's still showing you 3, 6, 9 is his focus. You are eligible. You have the absolute potential to restore your heart, await for the true person to come in. But you have to be solo and self-sufficient in this beautiful, desirable person. You have to be willing to attract what it is that you want to attract, sweetheart. There's a huge message here about a kingdom spouse coming in because of that 2 of Cups. And this kingdom spouse cannot come in if all you're attracting is red flags. If all you're attracting is pink flags. A green flag is going to attract a green flag. A red flag is going to attract a red flag. And that's what's happening in the sum of your area, honey, is if these depolarizing energies are greater in your vessel, they're going to overcome and overpower because of this prick right here. And even Noah was directed to load more clean spirits in the vessel than unclean spirits. Otherwise, they would become too powerful and overcome the vessel. Once you do this, once you do this clearing out, once you decide, you know what, I'm worthy of green flags and I also want to be a green flag. You don't want to be attracting someone and missing the opportunity with them, because it's only going to give you worse spiritual consequences, worse spiritual juju. And this is all emotional stability, honey. He wants to give you the opportunity to not be emotionally reactive. He wants you to learn how to be emotionally responsive. And this is exactly where those head over heart decisions come in, because you have to balance out those heart over head decisions, those decisions that you've made before, Sag, that were completely emotionally fueled, instead of, oh, I really need to think about this, and take the time within those cycles. Remember, we talked about the 23, the 28, and the 33. Well, remember that those cycles, just like the moon, Sag, are going to have their pre-shadow, the current opposition and position of their Samaria in the full spectrum of their potential. And then they're also going to bleed into their post-shadow. And that is what we feel, the ups and the downs, the ascension and the descension of Jacob's ladder. But it's there to teach us every single lesson within that blessing. That person's a blessing because they taught you how to love yourself. That person's a blessing because they taught you what a red flag is. It is all about your perspective and what you want to hold in the area, the sum of it all. Let's get the bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands, shut up. I love it so much because we talked about that lover's decision, that 6 being there. It belongs to the 5, honey. He's restoring you, absolutely. He wants to give you this whole new cup. He wants to show you that he is being truthful and consistent. And he speaks of the inside of the cup must be cleansed first before the outside of the cup. The inside of the area must be cleansed before the wholesome of the area can be cleansed, honey. And you absolutely have the victory. This is 6 of Wands, so that 3 of Wands comes before that. And he's being truthful and consistent there. And then we'll have 9 of Wands as well. So now we see, look at that 6 of Wands to that 9 of Wands. And you continue to kill yourself over and over and over and over by this person's actions, by the potential that you have for that person. But it's not the right person. So all you're gaining is this. But you have the victory, honey. It's there. It's yours. And you just have to see it and recognize it. Shut up. That 3 of Cups. Oh my God. Oh, well, thank you, Jehovah. Exactly, honey. Exactly. Look at this. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 10 of Swords. Well, we saw that 9 coming in, so that 10 with that world is there. And if that's 10 of Swords, honey, that's 20 Wands. That judgment of all of those ego-based decisions, all of that emotional reactivity. You have the opportunity to move past it and move forward. Last card here. Ace of Pentacles, shut up. I want to restore your heart, my child. I want to give you the opportunity to have 1, 2, and 3, which is also going to be 3, 6, and 9, to give you everything that fuels your whole area, the sum of it between your Emperor energy and your Empress energy. And then I'm going to give you the Ace of Pentacles because it's right here. It's right on the backside. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. The sum of your area over and over. Look at that, 4 of Pentacles to make that Emperor energy as well. I love that so much. And I love you. And he loves you more than me. Take care, Sag. I'm proud of you. And I feel pumped. I feel pumped for you to get back your area and the control of your vessel. Bye, Sag. Wounds into light.